All right, so we're going to go ahead and start with the interview. I don't want to keep you waiting. I'm just so glad that you took time out of your day to sit with me and my community so we can get the scoop on the Cycle Frontier. I guess I should let everyone know, first of all, because we are so excited. I've been telling you guys that it's going to launch. The next beta is going to launch on March 10th. It actually got moved to March 16th, just so you guys know.
Yeah, big oof. Big oof. Unfortunately unavoidable. It's one of those things where we have critical meetings on the run up to the launch date, and if we find anything that says that's critical enough to say no, we shouldn't launch this week, we need time to fix it, then we will take the time to fix it, and that's exactly what happened on Monday. So, yep, new date is the 16th now. I imagine that will have a knock-on effect of all our other dates as well, but
Okay.
like the ending date, I'm not sure. I didn't actually see the announcement, so...
So it might actually postpone the release of the game just a little bit, like the final version of it?
Well, that's to be seen. That's to be seen.
Okay. Do we have an idea of when it's going to be released? Like a month or something?
For now, the estimation is still the middle of 2022. But I can happily say that everyone is really working hard on this. And they're trying to produce it as quickly as they can. I think I've said in the past that we hear the call, we hear the public outcry for the game now after we opened the first closed beta. So we're racing to get it out as quick as we can. But for now, the official estimation is still mid-2022.
Okay, well, I know we have a lot of very excited community members that cannot wait for release, including myself. So that's going to be great.
Soon TM.
Yeah, but I think it's really great that you guys aren't just jumping the gun and releasing a game that's going to have glitches and bugs and stuff like that. It's I'm looking forward to hopefully a very polished game. Is that the plan, that you're going to have it as close to perfect as possible, or?
Absolutely. So one of my favorite things about this whole team is that we're all on the same page 100%. We're developing a game for gamers to play. There's no like we're not trying to just churn something out or anything like that. We're not crunching everyone to a deadline. We're gamers. We want to develop a game that gamers will enjoy. And does that mean we're a little bit more of perfectionists? Yes, I guess so. But is that such a bad thing? Probably not.
No, I think it's going to be great. It's going to be refreshing, I think, to have a brand new game that, it's ready to play, ready to go. That's going to be cool.
Soon, TM, soon.
It'll be worth it. The wait will be perfect. Or worth it. Yeah. So do you think, I do have some questions here prepared for you. And I kind of consulted my community for these too, because they watched me play the first beta. I know that there have been play tests and things that I have not been actually able to participate in. So I'm not really sure what the changes are that have been made since the first beta.
Wonderful.
Could you tell us anything about that? Maybe the people that watched me play the first beta, what can they expect now to see differently in the second?
Oh, there's so much. The devs have added so much to the game. A lot of the stuff that we were sort of like... So really, essentially, the closed beta 1 test was just a core loop gameplay test. We just wanted to see how much people enjoyed the core loop. Getting a loadout, going down to the planet, extracting stuff. So that was all really that was in the first closed beta. To the extent that the game wasn't even particularly balanced at that point either. Mm-hmm. I know there's been a lot of balancing complaints, people talking about the Bolty being too overpowered or anything like that. And it's because, as great as our game devs are, what they did for that test was essentially just, sort of just put some numbers in that looked roughly right. So first of all, there'll be a complete power progression balance. So not just weapon damage, but all of how long it takes to get things, how easy it is to progress through the faction stories, and all of that good stuff. There's going to be a little bit of end game content as well in there. Nothing. Well, maybe I'll let you be the judge of how exciting it is. That's part of the thing of being developing, right? You see it a lot, so I'm not going to try and sell it to you because I'll probably undersell it. It's good. There's end game stuff in there, and Yeah, there's been some like movement changes as well. For example, the climbing has changed a little bit now. From what I've seen of the tests since the last beta test, there's been a little bit less. There's been a little bit less of the full damage deaths, which is a shame because they are my favorite fails. But yeah, and of course they've started adding in a lot of like passive animations for all the creatures now as well, so that if you are friendly to the creatures on the planet, you can make friends with them and they'll accompany you, and maybe even you can have little buddies on the planet.
Even the Jeffs and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah. There's like a grooming emote, and if you approach the Jeff will like lick you and stuff. It's really cute.
I'm just gonna make friends with all of them now. I'm not threatened at all. That's awesome. That's very fun and creative and different.
And 100% true.
Okay, so you balance the weapons, and then I guess that goes along with the loot and everything. Like the mesh was so hard to find and things like that. That's kind of been balanced out as well, or?
Yeah, it's definitely all been looked at, but there's definitely going to be some things that are still quite hard to find, because essentially the core loop is about prospecting. So we want those gold rush moments when people finally feel like, I've struck gold. I finally found this. I don't know, whatever it is. I think copper wire was also hard to find last time, right? I found the copper wire. I can make a bag, so you still want a little bit of that. As you can tell, I'm not someone who generally works on balancing things, but yes, it's been looked at and it should all make kind of sense.
Okay, that's going to be awesome. So I don't have to kill my teammates when they find the one copper wire that I need and take it from them, maybe.
I mean, you don't have to.
It's an efficient way of getting things done. So, what were some of the bugs that you found in the first beta that people were bringing to your attention that you were able to fix? And maybe were there some that you were not able to fix? Or...
Ooh, great question. Not sure, because obviously I don't really work on the bug fixing and stuff so much, so I'm not sure if there's been anything that there hasn't been able to fix. But I know we tend to do all the bug fixing towards the end of the development period. So over the last 2 weeks, I think they've fixed a magnitude of bugs. There's been hundreds that have been highlighted and fixed, at least hundreds. I'm not sure of the exact number. But some of my favorite bugs were the ones that I managed to catch that I managed to catch again in Life on Fortuna. So like the random flying Jeffs, they're good fun. When you just not Jeffs, the Crusher. When you just suddenly see the Crusher flying through the sky.
Yeah,
that's a fun one. Annoying one was the passing through the force fields bug. So people could just skip the puzzles and just look. There's been a lot, but the team have been really coming together, and yeah, by the time we put out this closed beta test, hopefully, I mean, obviously it's still a beta test, so it's not going to be 100% bug fixed, and I'm sure in answer to is there anything we haven't fixed yet? The answer, I can't give you a specific answer, but a vague answer would be anything that's not too critical has the potential to be left until launch for fixing. We want to focus on the critical bugs first, so that we can, get a good beta test out, make sure that we get everything done, and then we'll focus on the less so critical ones before we launch the game.
Have there been, I remember on the second map, I don't remember what it was called, but there was an issue with people getting stuck kind of in dead ends of the map. And I don't know if you fixed that, or if you mentioned earlier, like the climbing animation has changed. So maybe you're able to climb over things now instead of getting stuck. Is that something that was looked at, or?
Definitely something that was looked at. I remember my suggestion was just to put danger signs near it, but people didn't like that. Because there was one, I think, in the north of map 2, which was actually just a hole. Like it wasn't like it was a stuck point, because you could get in there and not get out. But some of them were like invisible walls. This wasn't anything like that. It was just a hole. So I was like, let's just put a danger sign on.
Yeah, but you would have to go check it in naturally. As a gamer, you'd be like, there's probably something super secret in there. I'm gonna go check it out.
Yeah. Oh look, someone's dropped all that loot at the bottom of the tunnel. Exactly, it's great. I think that's my idea of fun. But no, they have gone through, and I believe all of the stuck points that were found in CB1 have been ironed out.
Okay, nice. That's exciting. Well, let's see. This was a question that was presented to me. So, what features are you and the team currently most proud of polishing or fully creating since the last beta? Like, what is the one big change that you've made where you're like, "Ooh, this is going to be it. This is great."
Okay. There is one huge change that the team have been working on that is super exciting, super fun to play, and a fantastic challenge as well. It's a challenge like you haven't seen in the game during CB1. Like, it really pushes your skills as a prospector to the test. But I can't talk about it yet. We've made a decision internally to leave this as a thing that people should experience rather than us talk about. So we're working on some amazing stuff, but I will keep my secrets to myself.
Look at this teaser. I mean, come on, chat. Oh gosh. Okay, I'll let that one slide, but looking forward to it for sure. Let's see. Oh, and then so you did fix the dead ends on the maps though. I had someone in chat mention like, did you put the danger signs up, or you fixed them, or?
Oh yeah, no, that's just my idea of fixing bugs. I don't know how to fix bugs. So yes, they have been fixed. They have been fixed.
Okay, that's good to know. So talking about maps, are you planning on adding any more maps, or are the ones that we saw in the first beta the go-to maps?
Well, when you were dropping down during the beta test, you might have noticed that there was an extra slot for a third map, and that is something that people are working on.
Okay. Are we going to see that in the next beta, or we have to wait for full launch?
Probably not in the next beta test, but it is something that we're working on. Essentially, when we're not only working on stuff for the beta test and launch, we want this game to hopefully be popular and be supported for a number of years. So we're going to be working on regular content that comes out. So, now, during this period, before we go to like live development, we're keeping our cards close to our chest. But when we become a bit more public in our development, I imagine we will probably open things like roadmaps and stuff at a later date.
Okay, so when you say provide new content, are you saying maps specifically? Like, are you going to be releasing new maps every couple like months, or?
I think there's lots of ways we can do new content. Some of it can be maps and that kind of stuff, or we've talked in the past about doing things like dungeons and world bosses and things like that. But I think probably end game sort of stuff is pretty key. And where that end game is, so like more challenges once you get towards the end of the season and you've got all of the weapons and armor and everything. So, but then that's just pure conjecture, to be honest, because we could also add stuff towards the beginning. We've got lots of stuff. Lots of stuff.
Okay, lots of top secret stuff. Okay. Well, so let me see. Oh, this was a really popular one with the community. So will there be a solo queue map or mode or something of that sort? Like maybe solo duo or something?
I am very doubtful. So I'll never say never, because it might be something that we add. There's been a lot of people asking about that. But for us, one of the main creative core elements of the game is that high stakes tension. And when you know what you'll be facing on the planet, that kind of takes away from that a little bit. Like if you queue as a solo in a queue of solos, you pretty much know you're always either going to get on one-on-ones or third-partied or something. Part of the thrill and tension for us is definitely hearing people and trying to figure out if there's only one of them or if there's three of them, figuring out what kind of gear they have. So I'm doubtful that we'll do anything like that in the near future. I won't say never, because I don't know. I certainly am not in the position to make that sort of decision. But for the time being, at least, we're definitely sticking to everyone is on the planet together. That being said, they have been working on a new matchmaking system to try and make that kind of fair. So there's that.
What about, I mean, because what's stopping a 4-man team from just completely destroying the solo guy that's running around with the huge backpack? You know what I mean? So I'm just wondering, maybe what if you did challenges or something like that that would incentivize a team of 4 to like evacuate with a solo player or something like that? Like, I don't know, something.
Oh, I can definitely see that sort of stuff happening. Those are the sort of stories that we love to hear. I think during CB1, the biggest evac I saw was 9 people altogether. I saw it on Twitch. They were all VoIPing and like, you know, congregated together, and 9 of them all evac together in the end. Which is like half a lobby, so that's quite impressive.
Yeah.
I don't think we've got anything in place yet to encourage that as such. But yeah, the matchmaking will definitely help. So with this matchmaking system, essentially it's not based on like KDs or anything like that. The matchmaking will be based on how successful you are at evacuating with items. So whether you're a solo player or you always play in a squad or whatever, you're likely to be playing against people who are equally good at getting in and out. So if you're a really good rat, you can be playing against better people who are trying to hunt you. If you're a squad that's really good at, you know, finding people, you'll find a better quality of people who are good at hiding. You know what I mean? So it's not like a classic like KD who's better at pointing and clicking kind of matchmaking. It's more based on how successful you are in raid, which I think will balance that out a little bit and stop your solo player noob getting ganked too often.
That'll be interesting to see in action. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And get creative with it as well. That's always my advice. I prefer to play solo. One of my favorite things is misdirection and tricking squads into thinking things that aren't true. Like if you see a squad walking along and then you just use VoIP to just sort of be like, yeah, they're just coming into your sights now, and watch them freak out. It's great.
So you have the opposite strategy. Mine was always just like, hey guys, can you please be nice? Please don't shoot me.
I saw that, yeah.
It worked out, like I think 7 out of 10 times or something like that. It was okay.
It was pretty good. It was pretty good. And there was a lot of that as well. There was a lot of friendships made and a lot of betrayals as well. A lot of people who made temporary alliances and then killed people before they evac'd, which was, I don't know, it's always interesting to watch. It's like watching a study of humanity or something. I don't know. It's interesting.
So then I know that there's a cycle Discord. Are we going to have a looking for group and voice channels and things like that for players whenever they're in the beta or, you know, when the game comes out to find other players to play with?
I believe so. Yeah, we had those in CB1. Those will be coming back once we get live game again. I think we only removed them because you know, they were kind of I can't remember what was happening, but there was just stuff going on in those channels that wasn't really relative to the game, so we were just like, well, but yeah, once we have gameplay to do and looking for groups and all that sort of stuff, we'll be bringing those back in.
Cool, that's awesome. Yeah, we did just drop the link for the Cycle Discord in the chat, guys, for anyone that's interested. That way you can link up with other players once this beta drops. We can all make friends and do social experiments together.
Yeah, social experiments.
Yeah, social experiments.
Did you see any videos like that, like the challenge videos? Did anyone set you any challenges? Because that was quite interesting, seeing chat-based challenges.
No, I didn't. I wasn't involved in that.
Yeah, so some chats started like challenging streamers to be like, trying to think of a good example now, but they were like, you need to shoot first and then befriend someone. Like little challenges like that. So like you need to shoot someone and then successfully evac them with them. Like,
I love
super
that.
interesting.
That adds so much complexity to the game and it's very unique. I mean, what other game can you do that in? I can't think of one, so that's really cool. Well, I was curious about, I remember I saw a battle pass during the first beta. So I'm wondering, I have a couple of questions regarding that. So is there going to be different seasons like there are in Apex or Call of Duty?
Similar, yeah, kind of similar. About the battle pass specifically, I am not 100% sure. Those questions would be better directed to Yevgeny or Vrinsado on the Discord. But I know that our season cadence is looking at around 3 months. And I imagine the Battle Pass will run for that time, mostly giving out vanity items and in-game currency.
Okay, so that was one of the questions. What are we going to earn on the Battle Pass? Is it going to be maybe a weapon that gives you an edge? Or is it going to be mostly cosmetic?
Yeah, so I'm not 100% sure. Again, not something I've worked on, but I'm pretty sure there'll be some vanity stuff in there. There'll be probably some useful items for in-game. And there'll also be the Aurum as well, the currency that's tied to that you can buy with real currency. So you can get some like Aurum in there in the Battle Pass as well.
And what do you use that for? The album, is it to like craft things or?
So we've just put up a blog very recently about our monetization stuff. I think if you've just clicked the Discord link, then it might be an important news or announcements or something like that. If Jaeger Development are in chat, they can tell you exactly what channel it's in. But in there is all the details of what we're going to be doing with our monetization. It's not going to be strictly vanity. There's going to be some convenience stuff as well, like skipping queue times for crafting and that sort of stuff. It's definitely worth a read. But like I say, we're not going to make it so that the currency is only purchasable either. There'll be other ways to earn that currency, including through the Battle Pass, through the generators in the player quarters, I believe. So yeah, there's a lot more information in that blog than I can give you, honestly.
Okay, we'll have to have a look at that and then maybe link it in the cycle chat that we have in the Discord as well. So is the Battle Pass going to be free or will there be a paid one? Do you have to buy it?
I think the answer is both. It'll be like, you know how most Rocket Leagues? Got Rocket League on the brain. Do you want to play afterwards? No, I'm kidding. It'll be like most battle passes, I think, where like you have like the free one with less rewards and you have a paid one with greater rewards. Okay. That's as much as I've got there.
Okay. Do you have any idea of, if you're a regular player, how many hours of gameplay you would have to do to complete the battle pass? Is it going to be like a huge battle pass or?
Well, I imagine. Great question. I know that we have developers who are dedicated to balancing exactly this sort of stuff. So that's not going to be something that we just throw to the wind. It's going to be something that we will probably start with a length and see how many people complete it, and then for the next season, we'll make sure that that's right for the average amount of people who complete it. Make sure that the numbers feel right. But I don't have a definitive answer for you. I imagine it will be balanced to cover a 3-month season pass, but that 3 months would be like a 3-month casual regular tune-in player rather than like I don't know, a streamer that does 24 hours a day every day or something like that.
Grinder, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I imagine it'll be if you grind, you'll definitely be able to get it.
Okay, that's good to know. Let me see. I had another thought about the battle pass and now I forgot. So I'm just going to go ahead and move on. We were talking about Twitch drops. You had mentioned Twitch drops. Very curious about this. Can you tell us more?
So we haven't made an announcement yet, but with the original timeline, I planned to make an announcement yesterday, but I didn't.
You could do it now.
We're going to have Twitch drops. We're going to have Twitch drops. When we start the closed beta test, we will be dropping keys during the beta test as like a Twitch drops test to make sure that everything works. And there will be Twitch drops.
That's awesome. So during the next beta, when we're playing it here, my whole community will be able to download the cycle after.
Absolutely.
That's so cool. I love that. It's so exciting. I can't wait.
I know. I feel like I should have given it more like something. I don't know. Panache. I don't know.
It's exciting news for sure. Well, I guess that kind of goes in hand with my next question about what steps you or the team have taken to make sure that people know about this game, that it catches the attention of streamers, influencers, maybe, and just the casual gamer, maybe someone that's just,
Mm-hmm. Okay,
find a new game.
so that's definitely heavily in my wheelhouse. I do a lot of outreach, as you know. That's how we got in contact initially. And I sort of do some piloting. I generally try and find more medium-sized streamers who are perhaps a little bit more passionate, and work with them. We also work with some agencies who help us find talents who might be interested in our game. Especially in like regions that aren't English speaking, for example. So I have a harder time doing outreach to them. Other than that, of course, we have PR people looking at the game as well. I believe we've got stuff coming soon. Not sure how much I can talk about that. Not even sure what's live yet. So I'll just cut that off there and say there is public relations people that are doing stuff and things, and you're bound to see news articles about it soon. We've also been working. I mean, obviously, my primary focus is Twitch. As an ex-streamer myself, I just understand it better than most other things. I do work with YouTubers as well, but I definitely have a real passion for Twitch. And we've been working with Twitch as well. In fact, we have a slot booked tomorrow on the Twitch gaming stream. In around, I don't know what the time is now, around 7-8 hours time or something like that. Where we will be announcing the launch. It was originally going to sync up with the launch day, which would have been super hype, but now it will be a little bit early, but that's fine. So yeah, there's lots and lots of stuff and things that we're doing with trying to make sure that the game is seen a lot. For me personally, one of the biggest things is trying to make the game organically streamable. And what that means for me really is making sure that especially live streamers, because that's like I say, that's what I understand the most, see the benefit of streaming the game. So good quality content, lots of viewership, especially with like exclusive perks and things if they can join up to our content creator program. Yes, there will be a content creator program. We will launch it with the beta test. I'm in the testing phase of that now, so yes, there will be a creator program, and partners will get exclusive stuff. And the last thing is making sure that they can see a profit from playing their game, our game, So making sure that streamers can see maybe ways to monetize the game, maybe make sure that they're getting sort of regular viewership through it. One of the things I also do for our partners and affiliates is offer like consultancies on stuff on how exactly to do that. Because again, that's just info that I have, so that's kind of easy for me to give away. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So when you mentioned the content creator program, how is that? If someone in my community would like to get involved with that, what would they do?
Well, there's going to be some entry requirements, like as a guideline. Those will mostly be focused on Twitch and YouTube because those are the two big hitters. It might be different for other regions, but for English speaking, it will mostly be YouTube and Twitch. And if you look at those entry requirements and you about meet them, they'll be based on the requirements for reaching partner, by the way. So the way I'm pitching this creator program, it's not a creator program for people who are already partners. We want to help people grow. So we're aiming the partner program at people who want to become Twitch partners. So it'll be the requirements will be somewhat less than the Twitch partner or YouTube monetization requirements for partner, and the same for affiliate. So they'll be very closely based around those. And you know Twitch, the hardest one to get is like concurrent viewers, right? So it won't be like the however many concurrent viewers it is to get Twitch partner these days, but it might be like half that amount or something like that. If you look at it and you think, hey, you know what, I think I can get into the affiliate, or I think I can get into the partner program, then there'll be an application form where there's just a few simple questions like, hey, what's your Discord handle? Where can we find your content? That'll all automatically do magic stuff, and then we will have windows where we let people into the program in waves, I imagine, in some sort of manageable way.
I think that's really neat and an awesome opportunity for up and coming streamers or content creators. That's really cool. Very nice.
Well, I think out of all the people on Twitch, I think 1% are partners and maybe 8% are affiliates. So there is so much talent out there that just doesn't make it. So I want to try and encourage that and cultivate that as much as possible.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you're going to create a really strong community, I think, with that, because you're valuing people who, maybe otherwise don't feel seen, and, in an oversaturated website like Twitch, you make them feel, like their content is valued, and that's great. That's awesome. I think there's gonna be a lot of good stuff that comes from that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I hope so. That's the plan.
Let me see. Okay, so I was just looking back at our conversation earlier, Scratticus. You'd mentioned something about streamer consulting in our conversation. Yes. I have no idea what to make of that, and I would love to hear a little bit more.
So the easiest stuff is stuff that you probably don't need. The B for basics, the having a regular schedule, the how to get OBS or XSplit configured to stream properly.
Well, I might need help with that.
Well, yeah, and you'd have it anytime you want my time. Just book a 15-minute meeting and I'll take you through. This is the sort of stuff I used to do on the side when I was a streamer. So when people had problems like they were getting dropped frames or anything like that, especially in OBS, I understand XSplit as well, but especially in OBS, I know how to manipulate those settings to make sure that you don't get that, or you swap it out for digital interference, which is less of a problem, and can give recommendations on what you need to upgrade, whether it's your network card or your internet connection or whatever. So that's definitely a part of it. And there's like the basic advice to get people above 10 viewers, and we'll probably do that in the form of like webinars or something like that, where we can do big videos that a lot of people can benefit from. But then once you get to, sort of like you've got your stable viewership, you've got 30 to 40 viewers regularly, but you're not getting up to that Twitch partner number, that's when we can do things like talk about branding and how to make your brand strong. That's when we can talk about things like marketing plans, monetization, talk about getting involved with agencies or sponsors or other things like that, and really sort of like help people develop to make, because obviously a lot of those people are like part-time, so not only are they trying to make it as streamers, they're also having to do another job, and we can definitely try and help people get full-time so that they can improve on their stream and give them the skills to also analyze their own streams and sort of make their own decisions on what I want it to be. I don't want to be out here saying, well, this is what I would do, so do that. I want people to produce the content that they want to produce, but give them the skills to analyze it in a way that is easy to market.
And so this isn't, initially I thought this was a service offered to partners and affiliates maybe, but I feel like you're saying this is available to anybody that plays the cycle, or?
Yeah, so the basic stuff will be open to pretty much anyone who's interested. So there'll be a section on our website when we launch the partner program that says, hey, let us give you a hand. And it basically says, if you're struggling to meet any of these requirements, get in touch. So like for anyone who's struggling to make affiliate, like we will put these videos out on our Discord and stuff so that people can see them and get above the small number of viewers it is to get Twitch affiliate. I think it's only like 3 concurrent viewers, right? Mm-hmm. So, and that's something that's available to anyone. The more in-depth stuff like branding, sponsorships, agencies, all that sort of stuff, that is more for affiliates, and then partners, their reward is the exclusive stuff we do.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, definitely. I think that's a really cool additional perk, I guess, of being a part of this community. So very neat.
We'll see, I guess.
I think those were all of my formal questions that I had prepared, before our interview. But I do have a couple of questions that were put through my chat just now. I don't know if you have any time for those. We could run through them, maybe.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Sure, I love chat.
Okay, so let me see. I haven't read these yet, so you have to bear with me here. This is a great question, actually, by Boxes. They ask, are we going to have anything from our accounts from the last beta, like weapons and materials and things like that? Or is it going to be wiped in this next one?
There will be a wipe. Everything will be gone, except if you paid for the 14 days and unlocked the beta 1 skin. You'll keep the vanity items, that's it.
Okay.
Same as if you'd played before the beta test and you have like skins and stuff from the old game before we took it down and rejigged it. We only keep the vanity items and we keep the ones that make sense. So I think we removed things like weapons, drop pods, vanities. But for the most part, you can keep the vanity items that you found in the past.
Okay, right. I remember hearing you say that last beta, and I still like gathered supplies like crazy as if I could keep them. So I'm just ready. I'm ready for the game.
Right down to the last minutes. I saw people like going, well, I can still get, I don't know, the Gorgon or whatever just in time before it closes. I'm like, well, why? I mean, fair play, but why?
It's an addiction. It really is. It's such a good game, and I can relate. So
good problem.
Beta is tomorrow, right? No, so the beta was actually pushed until the 16th of March. Guys, that's at least the date that is projected. And what I would actually recommend you do is go follow the cycle on Twitter, and then you will not miss any updates. You'll find out first.
Yeah, and if you're in the Discord and you get annoyed by pings, the only channel which you really, if you want to keep up to speed but you don't want to be pinged about every stream we do or whatever, then important news. Just make sure that you have the important news notifications on.
Yep. Okay. Black Insanity says, please tell Scratticus that he is loved by everyone. I'm sure he knows that, but I want him to know that. Oh, you're such a popular guy. I think it's the hair.
I mean, it's true. With hair like this, you don't need a personality.
So tomorrow's stream, I'm going to have red and blue hair.
Wonderful.
Just taking down notes here.
We were talking about it before stream though. Like, I'm really happy with it today. I literally just like got in the shower and got on the train, and it's kind of worked out, you know.
I know, it looks fantastic. What? Okay, moving on. Are there any dungeons added in the next beta? This is classified information. I think that's what that movement means. You're just gonna have to stay tuned, Silence Live. Let's see. People who played previously get access immediately. How will everyone else get access this time? Will we hand out keys again? So it was revealed that there's gonna be Twitch drops this time around. Will there also be keys, or just kind of both?
So I think we won't be giving away keys because we'll be doing drops. But I think some of our partners will be giving away keys.
Okay.
So like I think already Steel Series and maybe another place we're giving away keys as part of the Gamescom. Is that the one? I can't remember. Words are hard. So there will be other ways to get in. Also, if you sign up on Steam, you've got a good chance of getting in. We've got systems in place this time to manage server load a little bit better.
Perfect. Okay, this one, it says, how long will a season last? We said that was approximately 3 months. I think you had said. And then
we're gonna start with 3 months, but we don't know what the magic recipe is yet, right? If we find that if we do a season or two and we feel like 3 months is too short, we can always stretch it out a little bit. If we find that it's too long, you know, we're very much going to be live developing this game and giving a lot of care and cultivation into those sorts of questions to make sure that it all feels right.
Mm-hmm. Well, will there be, so this is a follow-up on that question, is there a mechanism in place to allow casual players to progress faster toward the later part of the season so they can experience the late game?
I'm not sure. I'm gonna confidently say yes, but I've got no idea what that would look like.
Yeah, and I mean, it sounds like there's still room, like you were saying, for adjusting the length of the season. So maybe that will allow even casual players to, you know.
Yeah, I think I know that's a question that's been talked about. I don't know exactly how the conversations went, but I know we have been thinking about people who join late, obviously, for this type of game where you have like a season with a wipe at the end, and towards the end, everyone has good gear. It is a common problem that, halfway through late in the season, it's difficult for new players to get in. So that is something that we've been thinking about. I don't know how we're tackling that.
Okay.
But I'm going to say that we are.
So speaking about casual player and more, competitive players, are there going to be any kind of like ranked modes, or at the very least, like when you finish a game, will you see how many kills you got, how many Jeffs you killed, how many, things like that?
So yes, there are now end of game statistics where you can see not only PvP but also your VoIP interactions as well. So you can see who you were with, who you were talking to.
Oh.
So you get the opportunity to add people as friends at the end game statistics.
That's awesome.
or if they're kind of not nice, you have the option to report them. So there will be statistics at the end of the game that shows what sort of damage you took at different times. And I'm pretty sure that includes creatures as well. In fact, I think that was already in the last one. So yeah, there's definitely going to be like a feed out at the end that tells you what you took damage from and possibly what damage you gave.
Okay. That's so cool. I love that we get to add people now. Like, I think I'm going to make a lot of friends. That's the plan.
Nice. Yeah, and so you should as well. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You can be like our like Fortuna's friend finder.
Yeah.
That's an alliteration for you. Yeah. Fortuna friend finder.
I like that. That's good. I'll put that in my my bio.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Totally. I'm sure we can make that official somehow. We'll make a title or something in the game.
I'll take it. Okay, so I have so many questions. I know that we're approaching the end of the interview time, so let me just skim over real quick and see if there's any that stand out. And then if not,
Okay.
I might still maybe I'll screenshot you these questions or something, and we could talk about them in the Discord or something.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
So let's see. In the info box of the Karma one, it says that on impact, the projectile will explode. I believe that wasn't the case in the first beta. Will you add that, or was it just a copy error from the old game?
I have no idea.
Okay.
That's
a difficult question.
It sounds so. I think the Karma is supposed to be like the OP sniper in the game, right? So I have a feeling that it was just an OP sniper, but I have a feeling that you can also get maybe modifications that enable that kind of exploding rounds style stuff.
Okay.
Maybe, but as I say, I'm a marketer. I don't work on the weapon development, so I honestly have no idea. But I think that's a pretty good guess.
Okay, sounds good to me. Let me see. Will there be on-ground traders within raids? Maybe wondering traders, scavengers that... I don't really understand this question. We're going to skip it. Okay. What about our quarters? Can we edit those at all? Like update them cosmetically, maybe change the color of the wall or hang a banner or something like that? Is that going to be something we can do?
I'm not sure when, but that's definitely something on the cards and on the table. I think at the moment we just want to get the game launched so that people can play it. But I'm fairly sure it's something that we'd love to see. We'd love to have players' quarters that you can invite your friends to and show off your trophies and all of that sort of stuff. So I don't think it will be there in closed beta 2 or even for launch. But it's definitely something on the cards.
Okay. Yeah. We've talked about that a lot. I'm really looking forward to that. So I hope it happens. Okay. And then the last question I have for you, this is a really good one and I think would be really cool. They said, will there be parts to challenges or quests so that one quest leads to another quest that can only be unlocked if you complete a previous quest from the same or other traders?
Yes, find out more in CB2. There will be faction campaigns, so each faction will have its own campaign that will lead you to an end goal, and it will be very hype.
That's so awesome. I love that. It's so complex, the game. There's so many things that you can do, so I can
Yeah, and we've
really tell you
added
guys have
loads.
worked on like all the details and yeah.
Yeah, the team's done an amazing job. They've been absolutely brilliant. I look forward to every playtest. You know, it's so much has been added since CB1. I think you all are going to be in for a really, really hype time.
Well, I cannot wait. You guys know we will be playing it as soon as we're allowed to. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to talk to us today, Scratticus.
Thanks for the interview and telling me I'm pretty. I love that.
Yeah, everyone in the chat. I'm a huge fan here. Maybe we can do autographs afterwards or something like that.
Something. Maybe I can do like signed chat messages. I don't know.
NFTs. I don't know. Something like that. Did I just say a bad word?
Oh, NFTs. Yeah, I can send out JPEGs, I suppose. Why not?
Whatever works. It's fine. Well, yeah, thank you so much. And we're looking forward to the 16th. We will be staying tuned and yeah, hopefully we'll catch up soon again.
We're bound to catch up very soon.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. And maybe we can squad up during CB2 and go and hunt some stuff together.
I'm totally down. Consider it done.
Sweet.
All right, Scratticus, thank you so much. We're going to end the interview here and jump on some games, I guess, not the cycle because it's not an option, so I have to figure it out.
But everyone, do us a big favor. We're measured on like wish lists and Twitch category followers and all that sort of stuff. So head over to EGS, head over to OBS, head over to Steam, wishlist the game for us. Go and follow the Twitch category, the Cycle Frontier, sign up to our Discord, do all that good stuff. Make me look good. That'd be great. Don't just tell me I'm pretty. Make me look good too.
All right. Well, thank you so much again. I know it's very early for you, so I hope you have a really great day. And we'll talk soon.
I look forward to it.